we have societal standards and family units, all of this, it serves a purpose. And it's frankly for the betterment of society, having communities, people that respect one another and live by a certain code of ethics. Why would they want to just throw that all out the window?
Trish, if you keep talking like that, Garland is going to sick the FBI on you. You got to be very careful with that kind of language. What you're saying is obviously true, and I certainly agree with that. And the left understands that as well. They understand the importance of norms and standards and taboos. They're just trying to undo all the norms and standards of taboos. That's why they've redefined the family. That's why they're now trying to redefine man and woman. That's why they're redefining the origin of the country, not 1776, but 1619, as the New York Times insists. That's why they're trying to redefine everything. And unfortunately, there are a lot of squishier conservatives who don't want to recognize this fact. They think that a society doesn't need standards and norms, and we can all just do whatever we want to do and live and let live, and as long as it doesn't, offend the horses or make me pay for anything extra, go ahead and live your life. But that's not how society works. Man is a social creature. We're a political animal. We're not isolated individuals. And so meanwhile, the left upends all the standards, the conservatives totally concede it, and the left gains a lot of cultural ground.
Well, it's getting a little strange. I mean, the whole thing on the Catholics right now, part of it is, maybe these Catholics are too faithful to their church and thus don't believe in the whole LGBT. I always get this wrong, so I'm not even going to try, but the whole acronym. They don't believe. You want to say it? I always have to look at it.
Element of P.
Thank you. There's a Q at the end, I think. But because Catholics don't agree with that way of life, suddenly now they are persona non grata. And I would just say, look, Michael, I'm a big believer in people. I again, live free or die in New Hampshire. That's how I grew up. And you do what you want to do, but don't impose it on me. And I shouldn't have to agree with it or be faced with the kind of harassment that people are being faced with, right? I mean, this is still a free country after all.
Well, it should be. We hope that it's a free country, but increasingly you're seeing that is probably not the case. I remember some years ago when Senator Dianne Feinstein was grilling Amy Coney Barrett, who at the time was up for an appellate judgeship before the Supreme Court. And Dianne Feinstein said, listen, Amy Barrett, you are a Catholic, but you sound like you're a really serious Catholic. The dogma lives loudly within you. And it was a really telling moment. Because what Dianne Feinstein was saying is that when there is a conflict between your faith, in the case of Amy Barrett, it's Catholicism, and the liberal faith, you might pick Catholicism, and that would be really, really bad. Whereas for our prominent Catholic leaders, nominally Catholic at least, Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi, whenever there's a conflict between Christianity and liberalism, they always pick liberalism on abortion, on marriage, on gender, on all the rest of it. They're always picking liberalism, and because liberalism is a jealous God. So we want to be tolerant, we want subsidiarity, we like our federal system, we want decisions to be made at the most local level at which they can be competently decided. But we do have to agree on some things. If we're going to have a society, when we say words, we got to know what they mean so that we can communicate. We have to know what a man is. We have to know what a woman is. We have to know what marriage is. If we can't agree on those things, then we no longer have a society. And so what the left has done is just redefine all of those things. And conservatives haven't mustered much of a vision to counter it.
Hey everyone, Trish Regan here. If you enjoyed that clip, please do me the favor of subscribing to the channel. Just hit that little subscribe button right over there. Did I do that right? Not quite, but you know where it is. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so that you get the alerts, and I'll see you back on the show.